No.
Okay, it's not as high as it's gonna get, so.
Let's get close, I guess.
Yeah. We're gonna start with questions for Will, but it's really loud here, so you should probably shout.
So they go first, the ones on Zoom?
Yeah. Or y'all can start with questions.
Will, just your outing tonight. You did a great job. Just talk about how it felt.
Thank you. Yeah, it felt great to get back on the bump and struggled with my stuff in the first inning a little bit, kind of with locations and the changeup, but got back on board with everything in the second and third innings and throughout the rest of the game, and it felt great to be on the bump.
Yeah, well, this was kind of like New Orleans night with you and Cade and Trey all contributing to win. I mean, obviously y'all wanted to play well at home, and y'all did. Just talk about
definitely.
All y'all
those two guys are great, Bianco and Beloso, but it was all love from everybody, and that was a tough inning to get out of. Runners on first and second, so it was a great inning to get out of, and great to be back in the dugout.
Trey Morgan.
Wait. Ron has a question. Okay, yeah.
Yeah. I just want to talk about it was like New Orleans night because you, Trey, and
Hold
Kate.
on, Ron. Hold on. The sound's not working. Okay. Now go. Ask your question.
You hear me now? You hear me?
I can hear you.
You hear me? Okay. Here's the question. All the New Orleans guys tonight played really well at home. Just talk about coming home and playing well because you, Trey, and Cade played well.
Definitely. Both those guys played great, and it was great to come back home and get a win on the road at a place like UNL. It was great to come back home and be home for a second, but we got to get back to work in Baton Rouge. So.
Jacques.
Just another outstanding performance by Trey Morgan. What's it like to watch him out there?
Definitely. I've been watching Trey a long time, and he's performing at the highest level at LSU, without a doubt. And he's a great friend of mine, and I have high expectations just like everybody for him, and he exceeds them every time. He's a great player and a great guy.
What do you think of all these triples?
I know. That's unreal. All in the same spot, too, down that left field corner. But he gets there, so.
You said you've known him for a long time. Had y'all played each other in New Orleans before growing up?
Yes. So we played against each other probably since we were about 8 or 9 years old, just going up through, travel ball or whatever. And then we played in high school, Jesuit versus Brother Martin, actually out here a couple times. So, yeah, we've known each other for a long time.
Who won out here?
In high school? I think it was pretty mixed match. I think we won one and they won one. So it was pretty even keel.
Any questions from the Zoomers? Anyone with a question? Okay. I'll defer to y'all. Yeah.
Okay.
You know how to experience starting and coming in and relief. Also, they haven't quite decided where you might settle. Is there a spot? What's the difference for you in those roles?
There is a big difference. When you're starting, you're going to pitch. You're going to be tested, and you're going to be tested to the max. Not saying that a reliever doesn't do that, but relief is kind of you kind of got to get ready quick and get things going fast. But I enjoy both the pressure of being a reliever and it's great to be a starter too. So.
And one thing Coach has said about you is the maturity you bring for your age on the mound. Where do you think that all comes from?
My parents, I guess, but I've always tried to be as mature as I can on the mound and in life and in everything baseball. So I guess that's where.
Hey, Will, I just got on and Will, can you hear me?
Wait, hold on, Cobble. It's going to be Jacques and then you.
All right,
you can go, Jacques.
That Sunday game against Air Force, Coach said, look, I got no worries about this kid. He's going to bounce back. You weren't supposed to play third base, but, how'd you bounce back that whole day and move forward?
Right, that was a tough day, no doubt. But, baseball is a humbling sport, and you got to get right back on your feet. So I just came back on the mound and against UL and got that first outing out of the way, and I've kind of been grooving since then.
All right, Cobble, you're going to be the last question for Will.
Yeah, well, two of them, I guess. Then you may have already talked about it. If you did, you can skip it. But Trey, the tear that he's been on, both defensively and offensively, I've never seen it from a freshman. And then, secondly, how good did it feel to knock that ball down and fire a strike to first for you? Kind of given the history that we've seen from you already.
Right. So Trey offensively and defensively is such an outstanding player. You know, his footwork around the bag, the way he makes plays over at first base is something really incredible to watch. You know, he's a great defensive player. And then you watch him at the plate and he's even better. You know, he battles with two strikes. He goes the other way and has triples down that left field corner. And he's just a great player to watch. And, you know, every day watch him develop, and he's an outstanding player. But I didn't catch your second question.
Just knocking that ball down with your glove and then picking it up, fielding it, throwing it to first to get the out. I guess just given your personal history of making those throws, how good does that feel and kind of get you back on the horse? You know,
it's good to be an athlete again. You know, pitchers aren't always athletes, but you know, it felt good to knock the ball down and throw it from the knees and, you know, be an athlete again.
All right, thank y'all.
Thanks, Will.
All right, say your questions in the chat. I forgot to say that like Wilson and Jack and them are out here, so they're gonna ask questions too. Oh, sorry. We'll start with the guys out here.
Trey, all these triples you're hitting. I mean, just talk about how well you hit the baseball.
I mean, I'm really just trying to hit the ball where it's placed. It just so happens to be down that left field line every time, up and out, just tapping it that way and getting caught up in the wind, hustling out the box.
How about Will's outing tonight on the mound for you guys?
Oh, it was great. I've been watching that since high school. I've been facing that since high school. So he gets up there and competes every time he pitches.
What would you like to meet back on the field?
Oh.
On your team, not against you.
Yeah, I mean, we played each other a couple times here. Having him on the mound pitching while I'm playing first base was a little weird at first, but I really liked the feeling. He really pitched a great game.
What was it like facing him in high school?
In high school, that was the one game that I had to go up there and compete every time I stepped in the box. I knew every at-bat was going to be a battle against him because he shoves, and just like he did today, he shoved.
So you kind of know these types of him. I know he struggled a little bit last Sunday. What was it like to finally see him come out and put this performance together?
Oh, it was great. I mean, I know Will is going to compete every time he gets on the mound. This time it just really showed. He missed barrels all day, pounded his own. He did great.
Wait, any questions from Jim? No. Okay.
Trey, I guess what do you kind of take us through it for you? I mean, it seems so effortless. It seems so effortless, you know, watching you play now. Is it just the lack of pressure? You just don't feel it, and therefore it's not a thing for you? You're just kind of able to get out there and do your thing?
No, I go out there and play every game like it's my last. I've been doing that since travel ball, and it carried to college. That's how I've been playing my whole life. So that must be why it looks like that.
Yeah, Trey, was a little extra tonight for the New Orleans guys playing at home. I mean, all the New Orleans guys on this team played great tonight. Was there a little bit of extra coming home and wanting to do well?
It felt great looking in the stands, seeing familiar faces that I've seen in high school and really all my life, watching me play. It felt good.
Wait, Wilson?
Oh, no, it's fine. Everyone else still has one.
Does anyone else have another question? All right, Wilson.
Oh, did you have family and friends here? So
Yeah, I had a bunch of people here. My mom and my dad, even though they travel to Baton Rouge when I play there too. But I had a bunch of kids. I coached a little bit when I was hurt, and I had a bunch of family members here actually. A couple.
I saw you signing some autographs for kids over there too. Just how fun is that for you?
That feels great. I mean, I mentored those kids. I helped them when I was during the summer a little bit. And it was nice to see him come watch me play. It was a good feeling.
I think this is the first time we've had you in person too since you got here. Can you just sum up what it's been like so far
hard to beat at LSU, and just how you've been able to perform not only defensive play but defensively as well here.
I mean, really, it's just going out there every day and playing every game hard, no matter what. Every practice, every play, take everything serious, and that's what I've been doing.
Your energy always seems high, though. I don't think I've ever seen you without a smile on your face. Like, you're just having a good time out there.
Right. I mean, it's easy to have a good time when you're doing well. It's tough to have a smile on your face when you're struggling at the plate like that 0 for 6 day I had. But it's just going out there the next at bat and competing no matter what.
All right, one last question for Trey. Does anyone have anything? No? All right, thank y'all.
Thank you. Thank you.
Paul, you're muted. I don't know if you want to take questions or just go with a statement, but you're muted, Coach.
Hold on, Cobble. We can't hear you.
There we go.
I was just saying he was muted. You were muted. I didn't know if you were going to make a statement or not. We couldn't, if you were.
Sorry, does anyone on the Zoom have a question? If so, you may go.
Paul, Trey looks so effortless out there. It seems everything he does just is so natural to him. Just, have you seen that in a freshman before? I mean, it's shockingly nice, right?
Well, I don't know if it's effortless, Mike. It might look that way, but he puts in a lot of hard work, that kid. He's got a great work ethic. And we've had some really good freshmen around here, as you know, my time here. I can't speak for the time before, but in the time I've been here, starting with Blake Dean, as a freshman, and LeMayu and Bregman and Duplantis and several others. Not a lot, but we'd have to put Trey Morgan, Dylan Cruz right in there with that group. Those kids are, they've stepped in right away and played like seasoned veterans. This kid Morgan is, Trey is really something. I've sung his praises from the day he walked on campus. Such a likable young man to begin with. He's got a smile on his face. He's very coachable. He plays the total game. We talk about his defense. I told you he could really hit. But how about his base running? He's got great instincts on the bases. He always knows when to take an extra base. He turns doubles into triples. We scored 5 runs tonight. He knocked in 2 and scored 2. So I guess you could probably say he was probably our most valuable player offensively. He's a lot of fun to watch, but I don't think he may make it look effortless, but it's not effortless. He puts in a lot of hard work.
Yeah, Paul, Will Helmer's game tonight, he just kind of set the tone for you. Just talking about Will.
Yeah, he really did, Ron, and I expected that out of Will. Will's really a good pitcher. He's used to being the big guy on campus, so to speak. When he was at Jesuit High School, he got the ball in the big games and always delivered for their team, and not only at Jesuit High, but in Legion Ball. And when we recruited him to LSU, he was kind of a sleeper for us, really. He wasn't the most heralded guy, but we had a feeling that there was something special about him. And he throws just hard enough and has just good enough breaking ball and change up and throws a lot of strikes. But I think he's just got that it factor about him. There's something about him that just finds a way to get the job done. And his teammates play with a lot of confidence in him. They know that he's going to be out there competing hard, and they play hard behind him. And he instills a lot of confidence in the team because of the way he goes about his business. I knew he'd be fired up tonight, pitching back into his hometown and everything. But honestly, he plays like that all the time, whether it's in New Orleans, Baton Rouge, and I'm sure he'll be like that in the SEC as well.
All right, hold up. We're going to take questions from the guys out here.
Shutout, overall, happy with what you saw tonight?
Yeah, pitching-wise, I thought it was great performance, starting with Will, and then the bullpen did a great job. Fontenot came in. I brought him in really early today. I wanted him to pitch against the heart of their lineup. Their 3-hole hitter in particular is a really good hitter, and
man, the wind was galing out tonight. It must have been 100 balls hit out in batting practice between the two teams, and I thought it was going to be a high-scoring game. And of course, no home runs at all hit during the ball game. But I thought that was kind of a key time in the game when we took Will out, and all of a sudden the middle of their order was up. And I just thought, not that it was necessarily a save situation, but I just thought to keep the momentum on our side, that was a key time in the game. And I wanted Fontenot in there, and he went out there and got the job done for us in the 6th inning. And then the rest of the bullpen did a terrific job. You know, again, Morgan really created most of the offense tonight for us. It wasn't really a great offensive performance. We scored 5 runs. We could have probably had 7. Their center fielder made an unbelievable catch on the ball that Drost hit that would have been a 2-run double or triple. Maybe we would have scored more even after that. But overall, it wasn't a great hitting performance. I think we struck out like 14 times tonight, which is nothing to be proud of. But we scratched across enough runs, and when you shut out the other team, 5 runs is enough, you know. So like you've heard me say a million times, pitching is everything. When you don't give up any runs, pretty hard to lose. So 5 runs seems like a good offensive performance when you don't give up any runs.
When Will's able to do what he can do as a starting pitcher, do you think you might want to keep him in that role? Or like, how do you kind of go about making that decision when you can do so many different things?
Well, we'll see how the rest of, you know, how this weekend goes with the other guys, because we won't have Will now available this weekend out of the bullpen. And we'll see how the other guys perform. They'll have ample opportunity to establish their roles. And I'd love to keep him as a starting pitcher, but that can only be possible if we have enough other guys that can perform out of the bullpen for us when we get into SEC play. And, you know, that final decision hasn't been made at this point, Wilson. I think this weekend will tell the tale. UTSA has a really, really good hitting team. I mean, if you look at their scores, they've scored double-digit runs in most of their games this year. So we've got a real challenge ahead of us this weekend, 3 ball games against a really outstanding hitting team. And, you know, we know who our starting pitchers are going to be, but then we got to know what our bullpen is capable of doing. And I think the test will be this weekend, and that'll determine what we do with Will going forward as well.
Were you happy with what you saw now for the second night, seeing Thompson and Doty in those spots?
Yeah, they didn't have a lot of chances. I'm trying to even remember if either of them had a play in the field tonight. Yeah, I don't even remember. It seems like it was all strikeouts and fly ball outs. So, yeah, they look good in pregame infield. Let's put it that way.
Any more questions out here? Any questions on Zoom? We're done? All right. Thank y'all very much.
Thanks, y'all. Okay, see you guys. Drive safe.